Hi everyone. Today we will look into some HTTP methods. Understanding these methods is very crucial for working with APIs, as each HTTP method serves a specific purpose for that. And these HTTP methods are very important from interviews perspective as well, right? So we shall cover the main 9 HTTP methods like get, post, put, patch, delete, head, options, trace and connect. I shall walk you through each HTTP method with example and expected output. So let's get started. Let's start with the get method. Get is used to request data from a specific resource, right? Like retrieving an article from a blog or fetching a list of users from a database, right? Get request is actually a safe request, meaning they don't change any data on the server. In the given request, we are calling a user API and fetching user information through get method. So this is the sample request, how we will get output from this get method. Now we talk about the post method. Post is actually used to create a new resource on the server. For example, when you submit a form and the data goes to the server using the post request. Unlike get, post actually sends data within the request body, usually requires additional data to create new entry, while in case of get, data or parameters become part of the URL. In this request, we are sending some user information to this API, and this is how we are passing our data in JSON, and this is how we are getting response from the post method. Next, we talk about put method. Put is a method for updating an entire resource. For instance, we need to update all details of a user, right? We can use put to completely replace the existing resource with the new one. As you can see in this example, we are sending some user information to this put method. This is how we are passing this information, and after processing the put method, this is how we are getting a response from the server. Now the server has actually replaced this complete user information which we sent in the put method. Next we talk about patch method. Patch is for partial update, and this is very important from interviews perspective, because generally in interview the difference between patch and put is asked. So what is the difference? Patch is for partial update, right? Unlike put, which replaces the entire resource, patch only updates specific fields. It is efficient when we need to change only one or two properties of a resource. For example, if you see in this example where we sending some user information, it's just email. So what server will do, it will replace the only email field with the email field we pass in the request. So instead of replacing the entire resource, it will just replace the specific fields. Next we talk about delete method. Delete is used to remove a resource from the server, right? The delete method does exactly what it sounds like. It deletes a resource. When you delete a user, for instance, the server remove it, right? And this action cannot be undone. Like in this example, we are passing some user ID into this API to delete the user from database. So this is how we are getting response that user has been deleted successfully. Next we have head method. Head is like a get, but there is a difference between get and head. Head actually only retrieves the headers, not the body, not the content. It's useful for checking if a resource exists. For example, you can use head to verify whether an image file is present on the server without downloading the actual file. For example, you see in this request we are passing some ID and calling using the head method. So in response we are getting some metadata information only. So it's just confirming the resource exists on the server. Next we talk about the option method. Options is a bit unique. It's used to discover what action can be taken on a resource. The server responds with the allowed HTTP method like get, post or delete, which is especially helpful in REST APIs. For example, here in this request, we are calling an API using options method. So, in response, server is giving us a list of some available HTTP methods. Option is commonly used in cross-origin resource sharing requests to just verify which of the methods are allowed. Next, we talk about trace method. Trace actually performs a loop back test by echoing the received request. It is generally used for testing purposes to see if requests are altered as they travel to the server. It's not widely used in production environment due to some potential security issues. For example, here we are calling API using the trace method, and in response server echo back the received request headers and body. Next we talk about connect method. Connect is primarily used for setting up a network tunnel, right? Often for HTTPS connections. This method opens a tunnel from the client to the server, enabling encrypted connection to the target resource. For example, here we are just creating a tunnel with the connect method, and in response is confirming the tunnel has been established, right? So, we have covered each HTTP method with example and use cases. These HTTP methods are very important and generally asked in every full stack or front end interview. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, kindly click on the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.